Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, but at the moment seems to have a sync issue there. I have to figure this out because probably I'll have to, instead of waiting for the sync, I have to manual upload. It will take me a little bit more work, but I think it's better because at least I have the things there. I don't know, I'll have to see because it will have to be double uploads and double do everything for the videos, but I'm interested in keeping on Rumble. But yeah, I'll have to check out and see. But at the moment, I mainly upload on YouTube. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I will try to figure out a way to do things here and see how to go about it. But yeah, we got some interesting things here, even though it's a slow day. Seems that Newegg GPU deals are on. Supposedly the RTX 4070 is around $500 and the 7800 XT around $450. Of course, the 7800 XT, it's the better deal, not only by price but in terms of performance also. Yeah, seems that they have this kind of the deals with the ZipIt promo code until the 10th of October. Got some highlights here. Again, the prices here. 4070 Ti was $550. Now it's basically $500, but yeah, the official one was 600 MSRP, which is kind of nuts. But yeah, here on the lower end, the RTX 4060, it's not in a bad position here. 252. It's comparable to the 7800, even though the 7800 it's even like around $25 cheaper. They have similar performance, and in terms of like DLSS stuff, maybe it has a hand on the 4060 Ti and the fake frames. I don't know if it adds any value at this 1080p kind of range here. This CPU is not made for 1440p or even 4K, mainly because of the VRAM. Don't even try it. It's basically my thoughts here. This 4060 Ti, I don't know if it is the 8 or the 16 gigabyte models. I assume it's the 8 because it's so cheap comparatively with what it was before, but still it's not a good price. 333. This should be below 300, give or take. This one should be around 230, give or take, to be competitive more with the 7600. But yeah, we got some prices here. Basically, most of them is like around 10% off. In terms of the code itself, it takes 10% off. This is comparatively to MSRP of the launch of the thing here. But yeah, this one is a better deal from everything that I can see. 16 gigabytes has good memory bus. It's got a little bit better performance than the 4070. Again, but if you want fake frame rates, which is now starting to see available on the 7000 series, sorry, the fake frame rates also in AMD. Still have some rough stuff to clean up there. I think it has some issues I will cover next. But yeah, in terms, not bad deals per se. It could be better because of the prices all over the place. This should be, I don't know, even with these prices, at least the ones that go around here, the 468 gigabytes should be again below 300 for sure. The 460 around 230 to be competitive with this one, at least taking into account the market, because this is still a little bit overpriced. 4070 should be and the 7800 XT should be around the 400 or a little bit below. And yeah, and 7700 should be 350 maximum, I think, if not mistaken. Then we got here kind of decent deals here on the ARC GPUs, even though I think now the fact that they're a little bit older, I don't know, maybe 250 again, and this should be a little bit lower. Yeah, at least that's my opinion. It is what it is. It's only my opinion. But yeah, you got on Newegg this kind of promotions. Just put the ZipIt code, promo code, again till the 10th of October, if not mistaken. Yeah, October 10th. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, it's got some promotions here if you're waiting for something. This is not bad deals for the mid and lower end of the spectrum here. Again, high end, there is nothing at the moment. So it is what it is. It's not bad, especially the 7800 XT comparatively with the other GPUs on the market in terms of the mid-range. Regarding AMD FSR 3, which is basically the fake frame rates, also kind of a thing there. Supposedly they are able to bring it to consoles, which is good, I think. I'm not sure. I don't play console. The fact that a lot of like newer games will be locked basically around 30 FPS, which is a horrible experience. If you're used to 60 frames, 30 frames seems dreadful. It is a huge difference. Everything above 60, unless you're playing competitive games, you don't notice that much, unless you're very sensitive to motion and responsiveness. I kind of notice if you are on the 90s and above, I can start noticing a little bit more snappy. The motion and the clickiness and everything seems a little bit less laggy. But yeah, for me, my target, taking into account, is 4K 60. I think it's a good point there. But yeah, the only thing is it has a lot to do with technology. Implementing this on the console, specifically PS5. I don't know very well what they're doing here regarding the fact that FSR 3 uses the DirectX12 base replacement swap chain that handles the optical flow and frame generation workflows asynchronously. Oh my god, this is a hard word for me to read. So it's not it uses different types of synchronicity to a certain degree, how it deals with all these operations. And from what I understand, PlayStation 5 doesn't deal with this kind of thing very well, I think. But yeah, supposedly they will be able to introduce this through some tweaks on the consoles, which it is what it is. I really do recommend better optimization for consoles and also for PCs. But yeah, supposedly we can ramp up this to almost 120 if the game is playing around 60 FPS. If it is locked at 30 FPS, it's very difficult to do anything regarding that, because it's the fact that it's taking advantage of 30 FPS and double up. It's different that you have already a base frame rate higher than 30 frames. So it's a little bit tricky to try and have a good experience doubling up, because then you have the lag thing. So it might seem visually is more fluid, but in terms of how it feels playing with the lag introduced with this kind of technologies, it can be a mess, even though they have technologies to mitigate that. But yeah, my overall take from what I read, it's supposedly they'll be able, because it's AMD chips there, the APU basically for the console, so they kind of can make leverage the technology there. But basically it's opt-in situation in terms of developers. They have to, of course, code in this kind of technology, because it's not like a PC that it's driver based, so it just install the driver and go to the settings, activate. You cannot do that on consoles. But yeah, it is what it is. Also, Cyberpunk 2077, the patch 2.01 will come up soon. Again, a huge overall on the version 2.0, which of course will introduce some bugginess here and there and some issues. But this one will start to patch up this version, and bring some performance improvements on those issues there. Mainly in terms of performance and some bugginess and some stuff regarding quests. Not the accessibility of the DLC itself, because I think you can miss out that if you don't use like the proper dialogue options, stuff like that. You can just basically miss out the entire DLC, which is kind of weird. I don't know if you have like a way to go back and redo that, but I heard some rumblings. I saw on a headline there. It's kind of weird. But yeah, again, the fact that they introduced 2.0, basically it's how the game should have launched at the beginning, with a lot of promises they made. Still, I'm not sure regarding how it goes, like climbing buildings with the Mantis blades. I don't know how that works, if it works or not, but there is a lot of improvements regarding gameplay, the transmorgs, the perk trees. Then for the DLC they have the relic trees with and I think it's more balanced out the things from what I understand. Of course I didn't play the game. I will play the game eventually for sure. When I catch up with my 6 years of not playing games, I will get to Cyberpunk for sure. And yeah, basically this is it. And for sure I will add some mods for sure. And it will be patched up, so I think I will have a very great experience here and not have been such that frustrating time as people had on the launch of the game. We got some previews also from Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is from PC World. I cut off this out of nowhere. I'm not sure, I didn't see any other sites, I didn't notice people getting access to a preview of the game. It seems to be kind of back to the roots. Again, as I mentioned on the trailers and everything, it's kind of a same version of the Assassin's Creed Valhalla in terms of the version of the engine. It seems what it seems to be. They point out a little bit here and there some things in terms of visual, like the vases and stuff. That doesn't do enough for me, but in terms of hyping up the fact that you have more detailed vases or environments, it is what it is. It's the same engine. It's like Starfield and Fallout 4. It's basically almost the same engine with its own limitations. But yeah, it seems that it's more. The feeling is more like Sam Fisher kind of guy, Splinter Cell. You really need to do the go in the shadows and do the missions as stealthy as possible, because you're an assassin. You're not a fucking berserker going around throwing axes and everything like the previous games. But yeah, it seems to be you have to devise the environments on the missions and plan kind of carefully for options. You have several options here. There's supposedly you can, for example, if guards are in the walls, you can like tumble down the ladders to or knock down the ladders so they can have a slower so they can have to jump or something like that to slow the guards and everything. It's a little bit like a very learning curve. I think in early missions you don't have access to basically almost anything like weapons and stuff, so you have to do everything very like pickpocket and steal without confrontation. And then you, of course, you will start to ramp up and learn abilities and gaining some armor and some weapons. But at the end you're very stripped down because supposedly you're just learning the ropes here. But seems pretty interesting. Still, I'm skeptical, optimistic regarding the game. I hope the game goes back a little bit to its roots, which is assassination. So you have to use stealth wisely, and you have to plan every mission that you are given with carefully, so you don't get caught and die. Because even the guy doesn't have a lot of health. Usually, in terms even with weapons, he doesn't have like Counter-Strike. So it's basically you have to be very carefully. You have to pick up one by one. You cannot face like two persons at the same time or get your hand kicked. But yeah, there was a situation. I think here, yeah, because Basim can't set a counter kill at the beginning and also only has one cowl. We have to try to drive soldiers with chain armor apart. If two units are standing on a balcony, you distract one, lure him away from his position, slip through the window, climb onto the roof and take it out other via death from above. So you have to plan these kind of things very carefully. So it gives some food for thought before you approach the stages there, which is pretty good in my opinion. I really like very much until the Black Flag. The Black Flag was already more too much action, but the fact that they have the navigation and everything justifies a little bit, and it melded a little bit okay with the story that they were trying to tell, just pirate stuff. But yeah, the first ones you have to. It was more about trying to stealth your way out of the missions here, and assassinate them as best as you can. Because it was a little bit pain if you got caught off guard and you have to fight them. It was very difficult. Usually you'll die a lot, but by the end with Assassin's Creed Valhalla you just enter with a lot of stuff and just throwing axes and all over the place and berserking and smashing everybody, which is not, I think, the the DNA of Assassin's Creed, at least how it was presented when it launched. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up with some gaming deals. We still have 20% off Cocoon until the 30th of October. I didn't catch up any in-depth reviews, but again, very positive at 98%. Only 90 reviews, but yeah, I saw the reviews. They seem excellent all over the place. Everybody is very surprised and delighted with this game in terms of how it presents itself on puzzle platformer. But yeah, same guys that did it showed there in the beginning, Limbo and the other game. I completely forgot which game it is. But yeah, also we got 40% still on Cyberpunk and 33% with the DLC, which is good until we got like 1 day and a half, give or take. Also we got The Witcher free. Again, I recommend the complete edition. Usually around $15, it's the best price, even on GOG or other even on Epic Games, and usually it's that price. I think here it has good compatibility with the Steam Workshop for the mod stuff. If not mistaken, I never tried it. I have on GOG, so I usually used Vortex, I think it's called, the Nexus mod stuff. That was the last time I played the game, like 5 or 6 years ago, give or take. But yeah, if I know everything, if I check, I will try to check and see if there is good compatibility with the Steam Workshop regarding mods in terms of installation, because usually very simply just select it and it solves automatically. And lastly, we got the BioShock trilogy, the remastered versions, both first and the second, and BioShock Infinite. All of them is basically 75% off. But there is a combo with the BioShock The Collection, which is the remastered versions plus the DLCs plus the BioShock Infinite with its own DLC, 80% off. So $12, it's way cheaper. I think it's the better one. If you never played this one, at least play the first one to get a sense of what they achieved at the time in 2000 and no, this is the remastered version. I think 2009. I want to say 2008, around that time. I'm not sure, not quite sure when it launched, but yeah, it's a pretty good game. The first one. Now it lacks a little bit here and there on some stuff, but at the time it's really revolutionized a way like storytelling in terms of first-person FPSs that they were at the time. How the story and some mechanics that you use to go about the levels. But yeah, this is it, guys, for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.